guys, welcome back to another week of building the Caldercraft HMS Victory. This week we're going to be making the stairs that go from the upper gun deck to the middle gun deck. We need for this, it's just a moment, where is it? 0.25mm natural thread. We need 6 part 241s, which are these larger ones here. We need 5mm by 1mm walnut strip, and then on one of these brass sheets, it's number, where is it, sorry, 102 I think. Oh, 502. That's called a upper gun deck stanchion, which will be sitting at the bottom of the stairs. So I'll get these cut out and then we'll start putting everything together. Okay, I've made up one of the stairways, and I had some problems because, if you can see, these are actually bent. Now with this one, I tried wetting it and then clamping it straight, and what ended up happening is it snapped through on one side, so I had to repair that. Fortunately, 99% of this is below deck and you won't really see where it broke, so that one hasn't ended up too bad considering the problems that I had. And the other problem with these are probably the best two I've got, but the actual notches where the steps go are not wide enough or deep enough. They're supposed to take a plank 1mm in thickness. The thinnest one I found was 1.1, so that's a fraction bigger than will fit in here. So my way around it was, before I actually fit them, I'm just taking a tiny piece off each edge, just a fraction really, just so it fits in there firmly. So first up, we've got to work out how wide this needs to be. So I measured the opening for the companionway, which came out to 26mm. I then measured each of these, which this one's 1.85 and its partner 1.81, which gave me 3.66 all together. So if you take that 26mm, take the 3.66, which means our steps have to be 21mm wide. So that will be the first job. I'll just get my ruler. Where is it? Okay, as I said, we need to make each of these 21mm. And then after we've actually cut all these, we'll line them up, and there is usually 0.5mm or so variation, so we'll just butt them all up against each other, sand off one end, just that fraction, and then they should all be nice and even. It's actually not a huge amount to do as long as everything goes together nicely. This video probably won't be all that long. Fortunately, I've been a bit ill this week, so this is the first time I've had a chance to get out here for in about 4 days. So the last 4 days in bed, basically sleeping every day. So that I'm starting to feel better now, so we should be right. So we need 10 of these all up, so I'll go ahead and do the remaining 6, and then we'll come back when we need to level them all up. Okay, that's the 10 of them all made up. So I had a quick measure, they're all a fraction of a millimetre too long, which is fine because we want to bring them back to what they're supposed to be. Let's make sure one side is perfectly flat, which it is. As you can see, the variation isn't much at all, so we just need a light sand. Just double check. Okay, so it's still over a bit. Probably coming down in size slower than I really need to, but okay, still over a bit. Oops. 0.04 over, that's close enough. It's nice and flat on both sides. As I said, these do not fit in these grooves. Actually, I just made a liar of myself, that one does. Must have been just the other set. These are all fitting just fine. So I've been starting with just putting the one at the top and the one at the bottom in to start with. It's difficult to not get my hands in the way of this. Just give that a couple of moments to set, and then we'll put the other side on. tiny bit of glue on each end, on the other end I should say. I've always hated doing stairs until you get a few, put my hand to it, until you get a few of the steps in there. They're a little bit wobbly. I'll just let that set for a bit and then we'll put the rest in. And we'll just get the next one in there. And what I did on the other one is sort of supplied a tiny bit of glue on the bottom so it can't be seen. I've got to push it a little bit because it is a slight bend on one side. I don't know if you can see it, but we know the steps are all the correct size, so if we keep pushing them together as we go up, it will end up square. Once this is fully dry, I'll just give this all a bit of a sand to get rid of the glue marks. Let's give that a minute to set. That's 2 lots completed. Actually a little bit bent, I'll need to loosen that one, I think. Okay, so I'll do the 3rd one, and then once we come back we'll put the or we'll blacken the stanchions, I think they're called, that go on there, and put those on and then add the thread. Okay, I've got the 6 small parts 502 which are going to go on the base of the stairways. These need to be black. The instructions actually say to paint them, but I'm going to blacken them using some brass black, which works really well. So I don't need a lot, just enough to cover them. And this doesn't take very long to work, usually only 10 minutes or so. Occasionally I do have to do it a second time. It's difficult to see. You can actually see it's already starting to blacken those brass pieces. So that works really well. So like I said, I'll give that 10 minutes or so, and then we'll come back. Next we're going to put in these guardrail ropes which connect to these tiny stanchions that we just blackened. It's a very small hole, so it takes a bit of effort to get it through. So we'll do it on the next one. Now, where's the tweezers? Just put a little bit of glue on the bottom of the leg there. Oops. Okay, looks like quite, I don't know if you can even see it there, that tiny. It looks like quite an angle, but when it's sitting in the ship they'll be standing upright. So I'm just going to give that a few minutes to set properly, and then we'll do the ropes. Okay, we've got our 0.25mm natural thread. I'm just running off 30 centimeters. The instructions don't actually tell you how much you will need, but looking at the pictures from later in the build, I think 30 centimeters should be plenty. And take one end and just put a knot in it. And I'll just put a drop of glue on there to hold it. And trim off the excess. Do the same on the other one. Oops. Okay, and the other end, as I said, it's an extremely small hole, so we just need to stiffen up this other end of the thread a little bit. Just a bit of CA on there, makes it nice and hard. And then I just cut the rope off at an angle so we get a bit more of a point on it. Same on the other one. Let's grab our stairway. This is going to be extremely difficult to see because I can barely see what I'm doing. There we go. Took a bit of effort. and just pull the rope through. And then the knot we put on the other end should hold it in place. It's a bit long on there. There we go. Okay, to the other side. It's a bit of a I'm going to get a magnifying glass so I can see what I'm doing. Just get it to the point where it's through and then I'll be back. Okay, that only took about 2,000 years to get through. It's a very tight fit. So let's pull that rope through. So that's another one completed. So we've got 2 now. I'll do the 3rd one on my own, and then when we come back we'll fit them to the ship. Okay, now we're going to fit these ladders in place in their opening, and on the plans they show us the correct way that each one faces. So the closest to the bow, it actually goes down towards the stern. The next one goes towards the bow, as does the last one. So I'll just get some glue on here. Keep those strings out of the way. So it's just flat on the bottom and just touching on the inside, the top of that rail. The next one in. And then finally okay, so that's in place. Oops, move the touch. Okay, so that's done, so I'll just leave that to dry. Okay, I've got those 3 stairs in place now. Next video we're going to be making up 30 deck cannons. Then once they're made, you're supposed to rig them up to the side of the ship, but I'm actually going to skip that step for 1 week. We're going to do the rudder while I can still turn the ship upside down, and then we'll come back and rig the cannons. I apologise, it was a difficult video to film because, one, it was hard to see what I was actually doing when I was putting it together, and those little stanchions were extremely hard to get the rope through. So thanks for bearing with me. So that's it for this week. As I said, next time we come back we'll start those cannons. So thanks for joining me, and hope to see you next time. Cheers.